From a young age, I've always struggled with weight loss, with my health. It's always been an area in my life that I struggled with. Growing up, my diet was not the best by any means. I would eat a lot of junk food daily. Anything from chocolate bars to crisps, to full fat drinks, big meals to lots of takeaways, which led me to overeating constantly. My pleasure was junk food, and this led me down a very unhealthy path with food. Once I then went to college, I started drinking lots, as you do, overeating when I was hungover, lots of junk food, and I just started to go down a path not one I wanted to be on. My health was getting worse and worse and worse. But finally the lockdown came in 2020. I decided to turn my life around. I decided I'd had enough of being overweight, being unable to control my weight, not being healthy, and I decided to go on my weight loss journey. 4 years later, I'm 44 pounds down. I am in the best shape of my life, and I now find it relatively easy. So in today's video, I'm going to be explaining you how I lost the weight, and the most important factor is how to keep it off. Now, the first point, and this is something that people overlook massively, and I see it everywhere. Everyone is constantly talking about calories, food types, this, that, the other. No one is addressing your mindset and your mental health when trying to lose weight. And this is what simply kept me stuck in a loop for years and years and years. I think we can all agree that we emotionally eat as humans. We eat when we're bored, we eat when we're sad, we eat when we're happy. If we cannot control this, you will simply, every time you get sad, every time you're a bit bored, you are going to overeat. So we need to retrain the mind to be able to stop using food as a coping mechanism. Now, for years, I was using food to try and comfort me because I had had some hardships and I was honestly probably a bit depressed. So I was using food as a comfort blanket. This became a massive cycle where anytime I would get a little bit stressed, I would end up eating junk food and I would end up overeating. So I had to go in and reprogram my mind and really figure out what is causing me to do this self-destructing habit. Overeating could be anything from breakup to eating disorder to self-esteem issues. It could be absolutely any reason to why you overeat. So you need to do the inner work. You need to go in and do the inner work before you approach on this journey, because if you do not fix that, you will not get the weight loss and you will never ever keep it off. Studies actually show that people that are happier tend to eat a lot less than people that are depressed or maybe have stressful lives. I simply done this by lots of meditation and just lots of inner work and finding out what things were causing me the issues and finding solutions to them. Actually realizing that, are these things worth stressing over? Probably not. Anytime I would get an urge or I felt sad, I would redirect that habit. So instead of going and eating emotionally, I would channel it. I would go for a walk. I would meditate. This is the key that helped me lose weight. Don't even try and start this journey until you've done point number 1. Now, the second one is prioritizing protein. Now, protein is one of the best macronutrients, probably the king. It has so many benefits to muscle growth, to mental health, to satiety, controlling blood sugar. And for me, protein kept me a lot more full because you don't have enough protein in your diet. Switching to a high protein diet kept me a lot more full. It actually made me lower my calories a lot more than when I wasn't eating a high protein diet. Most people say you should get 1 gram per pound of body weight, but for me, I would almost say getting 1.5 to 2 pounds per your body weight. If you're really trying to lose weight, you know, more protein is better. I'm not going to say go and eat 400 grams of protein. Definitely 200 grams of protein above, maybe less if you're a female. The average man, I think you should at least try and hit 200 grams of protein. And there's also something amazing about protein, is that it's called the ferment effect of food. It takes your body a longer time to process protein. We all know that when your body is digesting, it is having to burn calories. Take this for example. If you're eating 200 grams of protein, just from your body breaking down that protein daily, you might burn an extra 500 calories a day. That is quite amazing. Whereas if you're eating carbohydrates, they pass through, they don't take much digestion, so you're not burning as much calories. That is one of the things I learned. Third is intermittent fasting. One of the keys was intermittent fasting. It helped me control my weight a lot more. And this is simply because you're eating in a smaller window and you're actually fasting. It allowed me to eat bigger meals, so I felt more satiated. I also had a lot more calories to play with, so I was actually eating more enjoyable foods. You know, when you're really eating rations, you know, oh, I have to have 400 calories for this meal, so I can't have that. What I found is that it gave me a lot more freedom. For some people, a diet that has freedom is the key. Just allowing them to eat a little bit of what they want a day keeps the cravings down and keeps them from overeating. So this could be a very, very good key for you. I just recently done a video on intermittent fasting, so please check that video out if you want to learn more about intermittent fasting. Allowing myself to have bigger meals, and I simply just wasn't hungry in the morning. It actually was really easy to just skip breakfast, eat a lunch, and then eat a dinner. I found that was so effective. That was actually one of the keys as well to me losing weight, was intermittent fasting. 5 is sleep. We all know that sleep is so important. Sleep is where everything happens. A good sleep leads to less cravings, better energy, more discipline, more willpower. If you are on a diet, prioritizing your sleep is more important than you think. There are actually studies show that people that are sleep deprived eat way more than people that are not. If you sleep very well, you get at least 8 hours, not on devices before you sleep, you're getting a good deep sleep, you are going to have way less cravings, you're going to need way less food, and you're going to be more positive, and you're going to have more willpower to keep going with the food choices you're making and to stick to all of these points I have mentioned. I noticed that if I have a bad sleep, the next day my appetite is up here and my cravings are up here. If I get a good night's sleep, my cravings are down here. That is what I learned, that getting good sleep is more important than you think. Number 6 is higher intensity workout but less frequently was the best for me. So what I used to do is a 3-day training split. I would go in for 3 days and really heavy weight lift, really pushing it. And I found that doing this, exercising only 3 days a week, really lowered my appetite. Because where we go wrong is we believe that the more you exercise, the more calories you burn, the more weight you lose. But it's actually not. The more you exercise, the hungrier your appetite is, the more you overeat. And I found this, that anytime I would do 5-6 days a week, I would really want to overeat because my body's trying to recover from what I'm doing. And even the other day, I had a really hard workout, and the next day my appetite was right up here, so it led me to overeating. Keeping the volume low and really going in and pushing and giving your body time to rest in between, I found that it helped me build more muscle, and it also helped me with my weight because I didn't have as much appetite. On the other days, I would simply just walk or do really low intensity cardio just to keep moving, because it is important to train your heart as well. And the last one, and the most important one, is to enjoy the process. When we are trying to do something in life, we all seem to want to get it right now. If we're trying to build a business, it's I want it now. If we're trying to lose weight, I want it now. Don't want to wait. I want to lose 100 pounds today. The mindset to go into this with, this is take it slow and steady will win the race. Going hard and burning out, you're only going to rebound. Take it steady, and take this from me. Do not try to go on these massively low calorie diets, going crazy. Just enjoy the process. Any progress is better than no progress. If you lose 1 pound a week, that is still better than being the same person you were a month ago or a week ago. You are still making progress. Remember that. Don't get disheartened. Stick with it. Results come over a long period of time. They don't come overnight.